Hello, everybody. Welcome back to X-Plane 11 once again. Today, flying the A319 by Tolis in Allegiant Air colors from Knoxville, Tennessee, all the way down to St. Petersburg, Clearwater Airport there, just south of Tampa. Hour and 22 minutes in flight today, and we're just about ready to push back. All right, they're hooking up everything downstairs. We're going out of here to Atlanta, and then we go to Haunted, and then Heaven, and then we do the Fox 5 arrival.
Welcome aboard,
and expect
Captain.
a
Toes
visual
connected,
approach for
5 past
4.
10's inserted. Go ahead and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go.
All right, we are ready to go. Let's go ahead and get the beacon light on. There we go. Parking brake is released. You're clear to push.
Here comes the pushback. Light them up.
All right. We have a very, very chipper tie today down there as the ground crew. Awesome. So, yeah, we're pushing off here, and we're going to take Alpha down to runway 23 left for our departure today. And we even got another Allegiant over there. And let's go ahead and fire things up. So we'll go this over to the start position. Give that a second, and we'll start engine 2. All right, that's a good start there. Let's go ahead and start engine 1. All right, we're looking for the pin on the right-hand side. He's going to show it to us. Where you at, buddy? There he is right there. Nice. He's got the thumbs up in the air, and there's the pin. Sweet. Flaps 1 for departure. And they are on their way down. Max auto brake. We can put this back over here, do our flows here. Normal. Arm the speed brake. And that all checks out wonderful. We can turn the APU bleed off and the master switch as well, so that'll kill the APU. And this video is brought to you by Thrustmaster today and the new Airbus TCA Sidestick. All the information for that will be in the description below if you want to check this thing out. It is awesome. It's how I fly all my Airbuses. And we have left, neutral, right, neutral, forward, neutral, and back, neutral. Checking rudder, I've got right and neutral. I got left, neutral. We'll get our pitch trim set up next. And on the ISCS screen, we can see we have 1F. We've got our V speeds. We're up 0.8. So I'm going to go up 0.8 on this guy. And that is set. Awesome. All right, our flows are done. So we have engine mode selector on norm. APU bleed is off. Ground spoilers are armed. Rudder trim was at 0. Flaps are set. Pitch is set for the trim. And anti-ice is required, off for takeoff. APU master switch is off and slides are armed. All right, so let's go ahead and get our taxi light on there, and we'll release the parking brake. And we will get rolling down to 23 left. Double checking our pressure. We're going to set it to 3015. That is the field. And we're going to now make our right on to Alpha. We'll take this all the way down to 23 left for our departure. So we can go ahead and get the cabin secure. So we'll do that. That looks good. And we can do takeoff config. We have no blue. Everything as we need it to be right there.
And folks from the flight deck, wanted to say happy Saturday to all of you. Hope you're having a good weekend so far. We appreciate you choosing Allegiant today. We'll get you down there in about an hour and 22 today.
Not flying online, but we'll turn our TCAS on here. We're going to do terrain on ND because there are mountains in the area of Knoxville. And we'll get our weather radar on once we are airborne for the most part. But we're ready for our before takeoff checklist as we are approaching 2-3 left down here. Brake temperature. Actually, we can get off this and it will be back to the wheel. Brake temps are looking great. Cabin crew's been advised. Engine mode, we're going to keep it in the off position. And then packs 1 and 2 will be on for takeoff. We'll go further down. We'll use all of the runway today. Runway turn off, all that stuff, lane lights, we're going to turn those on now. So we're ready for departure here. All the way up. All the way up. Strobe light comes on. Wing light comes on. We are ready to go. All right, lining up onto the runway. We're going to hit chrono. We got our timer going here. And we are doing toga for takeoff. We're not using any flex, so bring them up to 40. Let them hold. There we go. They look good there. And toga, 5 degrees pitch down. There we go. That's thrust runway nav. Our thrust is blue. Bring it back to neutral here, so we're neutral at 100. V1. Rotate. There we are. Gear up. Smooth departure here. And we're just going to proceed on course towards Atlanta VOR here. Bring up that nose even more. Gotta remember we're flying the A319. A little different than the A321. Just a tad. The fly runway heading. We're going to wait for that. There it is right there. Lever to climb. There we go. Thrust climb and starting our left-hand turn. Bringing the nose down. And increasing our speed. There we go. My cat tried to jump up in my lap before I started recording today, and she scratched me. So that's the reason why I got a scratch on my hand, if you're wondering. All right, looking good here. Roll it off. There's our slat speed. We'll see those coming in. We can go ahead and bring those flaps in. Still hand flying the airplane. We'll turn to the right here now. And there you have it. Oh, that was a cool departure. Knoxville, Tennessee is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. All right, we're going to go ahead and roll off here. And we'll turn on the autopilot. The airplane will be climbing, doing its thing. After takeoff checklist, engine mode selector is required and anti-ice is off. We're almost to 10,000 feet. Waiting for that, we'll turn off our landing lights and our wing light as well. There's 10,000, beautiful. Landing lights come off and wing light is off as well. Continuing our climb now from 15,000. We're going up to 370 today, so making our way up to 370 as our final. Above 18, standard pressure, and that is on both sides. We make sure those ground spoilers are no longer armed. Don't need those. everything is looking good so far. We've got our weather radar on, and we aren't seeing anything for miles. All right, so I'm looking at the weather in St. Pete, and winds are 080 at 9 knots. So it would only be a 9-knot crosswind. And look, we only have 5,900 feet on runway 4. That's what SimBrief was giving us. But we could land on 3.6 and just take the crosswind and have, you know, nearly 10,000 feet to play with. So I've already come over here and we put that in here. So I've selected runway 3.6 now. And if we go to the plan mode, you can see what we're doing. We're going to come down on bays, and we're pretty much, once we get closer to the airport, we'll be using heading select and give ourselves radar vectors for the RNAV approach. And that's all there is to it. We have reached our cruising altitude just over the Atlanta VOR right now, and we're going to go ahead and shut that seatbelt sign off so everybody can move about the cabin all they would like. Here comes that small left turn, and now we are continuing on. And you can see right there, it already says RNAV approach. We got a while to go, so we're going to wait before we start entering all of our destination data. So while we're cruising along here, yes, I do want to express I'm very excited for the new flight sim that's coming out. I'm sure I'm going to get a bunch of comments about it since it is a hot topic right now. That comes out on August 18th. If you haven't checked out my breakdown video I did of the last trailer they released for the pre-order, you should check it out. It's here on the channel. But with that said, I'm super excited for it. I've been part of the Tech Alpha since the end of last year, and now we're getting ready to move into closed beta, and once that's done, bam, we're going to be ready for a release. Is it going to be perfect out the door? Absolutely not. I'm not expecting that, but it's going to be incredible, truly incredible.
And folks from the flight deck want to welcome you aboard Allegiant Airlines today. We got about 55 more minutes in flight. We'll start a descent here in a little bit. In St. Petersburg, winds are out of the east, about 11 miles per hour. Partly cloudy skies, and 90 degrees there on the ground. We want to thank you for choosing Allegiant today, and hope to see you on a future flight.
All right, let's enter our destination data here. We are going to go here, and we have 3008 for the altimeter. Temperature there is 23, nice and hot down in Florida. Winds are 110 at 11 right now. They have shifted just a little bit, so 11 knots now, but hey, we'll take it. Decision height for the approach for the RNAV is right over here, 210. We'll put 210 in there. It's not 210, it's 318. My fault. 318. We'll select low on the auto brakes, and that is it. We're all set for our arrival. 34 nautical miles till we get to Heaven intersection. Been getting just little pockets of turbulence along the route here. Once we cross over Heaven, we have another 30 so to go, and then we will be at our top of descent. That's what that little white arrow is. All right, we're well within the veil of 20 nautical miles. We're going to continue on down to 10. That's what I'm going to do. And we'll go ahead and start that, not open descent, we want managed descent, please. There we go, managed descent. And now we have begun that descent into St. Petersburg. All right, so I have my GR Level 3 software fired up here, and I'm looking at the storms. Active Sky does a really good job of depicting where they're located. So our arrival comes off the coast here, and then we are going to kind of fly over the bay and then shoot our approach into St. Petersburg this way. But if these storms, which they're moving from the east to west, if they continue to move this direction, well, then we might have to end up going further to the west and then shoot the approach that way. Just keep an eye on it. You can see the motion of the storms, and they could very well just die out either. Who knows? Coming up on 10,000 feet. This is the reason why I usually descend to 10,000 first. That way we can make sure the airplane slows down to 250 knots, which it just did. We used some speed brakes on the way down to help with that. That is Tampa right off of our nose there. If you can see it, there it is right there. There's Tampa International Airport, and that's downtown. So that's where we're at, and get ready to make our right-hand turn now to Bays. And actually, after Dad Pier, we're going to go right turn heading, what they say, 187 from there. We're going to kind of square it up ourselves for the most part, and then we shoot the approach just like we would a ILS. All right, 2,000 feet is our final approach fix, so we're going to go ahead and set that, and we are in a managed descent towards it. Landing lights come on as we are below 10,000 feet. We're going to let them know that that is happening as well. All right, hitting some turbulence here. We've got the speed brakes out. We're slowing the airplane down to that 210 knots, letting it do its thing. Below 230, then we will be putting those flaps down to assist with that. So a little quick getting in here. I'm fine with it. And we're just about to wob key now. We're going to start that turn to the right, so let's do it. And continue the slowdown. I'm going to get that 230 knots. No, I don't want... I want speed managed, please. Thank you very much. I think I accidentally hit that. There we go. It's doing its thing. Look at the bridge off our nose. Managing speed. We have our flaps down. Landing gear checks. All that's coming up next. Cabin, let's get that secured, which it is. And we're going to keep that heading going to the right even more. And we're just going to intercept this like it's an ILS. My airplane. And we're going to expect that crosswind from the right. Looks like winds are kind of shifting a little bit more. We're almost going to have a tailwind here, it looks like. And it's hard to say. On the ground, it was not saying that at all. I'm going to go flaps 3. Letting it do its thing. Winds are shifting all over the place here. We're going to keep an eye on it. If we have too much of a tailwind, we might have to go around and try this again. But we're doing what we can do now. Flaps full. And just following the diamonds down. Ever so slightly. And it's 12 knots now. That's not looking very good for us. Nope, not looking good at all. All right, going around. It's Mantoga. Put it on the pitch guy there. You're up. We're gonna have to shoot the opposite approach. And right now we're just going to go to a visual approach. It is nice enough for that. We're going to climb in up to 2,000 feet. All right, we did our go-around procedure, and now we are shooting a visual approach for runway 18. We have flaps 2 now. Let's make sure everything's good to go, so gear down. And we're going to be manual. Turn the flight director off and all that stuff. It's just quicker to get into the airport rather than messing around with all that. Let's make sure cabin's good to go, which it should be. We'll get flaps as it's required here. Yeah, the winds changed completely and started shooting out of the south there. You can see, look at that, they're up to 128, 13. You can see them changing around. We're feeling it, actually. Flaps 3. And, okay. Gear is down. We have 3 green. Get back up on this. There we go, looking good. And we're just waiting for the flaps to be full next, which we'll do here in just a moment. It's going to help us out with the approach. Just a little low. Nah, we're looking pretty good right there. All right, flaps full. Let's make sure our speed brakes are armed, which they are. Everything's looking good here. Let's just fly the airplane like we normally would. Awesome. Yeah. Very happy with that decision to go around because, man, look at the winds now. 153 at 13 knots, and they're gusting up higher than that. We're feeling it for sure today. They're making us work for our flight today, aren't they? Yes, they definitely are. Let's get a picture about right here. That's what we like to see. Bring that nose up a little bit more. I just love how smooth the TCA Sidestick is. It's so nice. All right.
500.
There's our 500 call out. A little high. Bring the nose down just a little bit. Just kind of nudge it. That's the great thing about a fly-by-wire system.
Minimum.
Landing.
300.
Yeah, look at the winds just kind of dancing around.
200.
That's okay. A little high here. Get the back down. Look at my touchdown zone right there.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 10.
Bring that nose up. Ooh, don't flare it. Oh, not too much of a flare. Ooh. Yeah, she floated a little bit there, didn't she? All right, rudder there. Nose come down. Reversers are out. Decel. All right. Well, that was an interesting flight. That's the thing about aviation, though, man. They were supposed to clear those at 70. Oops. You got to be prepared for something different, you know? And I knew that was going to be a really dangerous thing to do. So we decided to not. We'll make an exit here on Alpha 5. We'll taxi to the ramp. Hey, there's a Allegiant airplane here. We're gonna park at the gate next to them. How about that? This one right here will work just fine. All right, turn off that taxi light. There we go. And if you bleeds on, let's taxi in. All right, parking brake is set, and we are on the APU power. We can kill the engines, and we can go ahead and turn the beacon light off. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to St. Petersburg Clearwater Airport. Hope you enjoyed the flight today. I had a great time. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.